Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Walter Brown Arena on the campus of Boston University in Boston, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of tonight's high school varsity girls hockey contest between the visiting Newton Crush Co-op and the hosting Warriors of Brookline High School. This should be a fun one tonight. It's always fun when Brookline and Newton face off against each other. And in the case of girls hockey, it's almost kind of a 2-for-1 deal, as the Newton Crush Co-op is a co-op between both Newton schools, Newton North and Newton South High School. So it's almost like double the rivalry in a sort of way. Still waiting on the players to come out on the ice, and I'll give rosters once they do. But this should not only be an entertaining hockey game, it should be a good game for a good cause, as tonight is the Hockey Fights Cancer Night for Brookline and Newton out here on the ice. So be sure to check out, there's a helpful link in the description section of this video, because the Friends of BHS Girls Hockey Booster Club has pledged to donate all proceeds that they receive this entire week to the Hockey Fights Cancer charity. So you can find a link to their Venmo account where you can donate online, wherever it is you might be tuning in from. If you want to support the cause, you can go online, go to that Venmo page, and donate whatever you feel like to the cause of fighting cancer. And then, of course, if you end up enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming sports live streams, as I'm going to have live coverage of all Brookline High home hockey games for both boys and girls hockey. And in fact, I'll have another charity game, another pair of charity games on the horizon this weekend, as the Brookline boys are hosting the Travis Roy Jr. Beanpot Tournament once again. Friday night they'll be playing Lexington in the first round of that tournament. It's 7:45 out in Foxborough, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Subscribing to the channel can help. And then, of course, if there's anything you'd like to say, I encourage you to say it in the live chat. You might be able to see we've already got our first note in the live chat from Michelle Girouard. Very simple. I'm not sure. Michelle might have been wondering when I was going to get the stream started. So apologies for the wait, but I am here now. And if there's anything you'd like to say, whether it's as simple as go Brookline or go Newton, no matter who you're rooting for, we appreciate fans bringing the good vibes and showing support for their favorite teams in the live chat, and also showing support for their favorite student athletes. If there's a player you're particularly tuning in to watch, whether it be a family member or a friend or whatever, you can give them a shout-out in the live chat if you like. You can also let us know where it is you're tuning in from with these online live streams that can be watched all over the world. Sometimes we hear about fans tuning in from different states or even sometimes different countries, which can be really fun to hear. Adds, some extra fun to the broadcast. And, of course, on a more important side, if you notice any technical difficulties going on with the stream, I don't expect any. Generally things work pretty well out here at Walter Brown. But if you notice anything wrong with the video or with the audio, I encourage you to speak up and say something in the live chat, because you never know. It might be something that I don't notice on my end, and it might be something that's an easy fix. And then rounding it out, if you notice me flubbing the pronunciation of any players' names, whether it be on Brookline's team or on Newton's team, I encourage you to let me know in the live chat. I want to give these young ladies the best coverage I possibly can. And to me, part of that, means getting their names right, giving proper respect to their name, as they say. And then, of course, if you're not able to access the live chat, maybe you're watching this on a mobile device, or if you're just not as comfortable with using YouTube's live chat system, you can also send me an email with any notes you want to say. You can see my email in the bottom right corner of your screen. But We just heard a buzzer there. They're probably testing out the buzzer. You can see the Brookline players wearing their special purple jerseys for the Hockey Fights Cancer Night, as this is also referred to their Purple Out game, which I really like. I like when teams give some extra flavor, change up the colors on their jerseys. Just adds some extra fun to the whole thing, because this is sports. If you're not having fun, what's the point? And fun fact, it used to be the pink out night rather than purple out. And I know that because my younger sister used to play on the Brookline High girls hockey team back when it was a co-op with Newton South High School. So how things have changed is now Newton South is in a co-op with Newton North. But here come the Warriors for their opening warm-up skates in their purple jerseys. We are still awaiting the arrival of the Newton Crush, so for now, let's read out the roster for the Brookline High Warriors. Going in order of jersey number for Brookline, first off, we have a junior goalie, number 1, Aurora Charbonneau. Next, a sophomore forward, number 2, Emma Lurie. A junior defender and forward, number 7, Casey McCarthy. A freshman defender, number 8, Jordan Gifford. A freshman forward, number 9, Selena Charbonneau. A freshman forward and defender, number 14, Serafina Ritzenthaler. A sophomore forward, number 15, Clara Thibault. A junior forward and captain, number 17, Izzy Pace. A junior forward, number 18, Soo Jin Koo. A freshman defender, number 20, Caitlin Wilson. A junior defender and newly named captain, number 21, Etta Reed. A junior forward, number 22, Birdie Hawkins. A sophomore forward, number 24, Caroline Hughes. A freshman forward, number 25, Caitlin Schlager. A freshman goalie, number 33, Jacqueline Solove. And a senior forward and captain, number 37, Meredith Allen. Head coach of the Brookline High girls hockey team is Sarah Schwensfire. So that is the roster for the home team. And now, as we've got our visitors out on the ice, let's take a look at the roster for the Newton Crush. Going in order of jersey number 4, Newton. First off, a freshman goalie, number 1, Emily Martinez. Next, a junior forward, defender, and captain, number 2, Savannah Bond. A senior forward and captain, number 3, Danielle Morrill. A sophomore defender, number 4, Juliana Kaufman. A sophomore defender, number 5, Alexis Blanchfield. A freshman forward, number 6, Brianna Arzwaga. A junior forward, number 7, Beckett Houston. A senior forward, number 8, Margaret Buckton. A sophomore forward, number 9, Audrey Wellstead. A junior forward and defender, number 10, Madison Daly. A junior forward and defender, number 11, Cecilia Sheehan. A freshman forward, number 12, Ava Adams. A sophomore defender, number 13, Ava Barrett. A freshman forward, number 14, Emma Rocknick. A sophomore forward, number 15, Maddie Fiella. A sophomore forward and defender, number 16, Sarah Variel. A sophomore forward, number 17, Kendra Booten. A senior forward and captain, number 18, Callie Saris. A sophomore forward, number 19, Olivia Rice. A junior defender, number 20, Ellie Fahey. A sophomore forward, number 21, Shiloh Rossi. A senior forward, number 22, Bridget Stone. A freshman defender, number 23, Caroline Fahey. A freshman forward, number 24, Loriana Girouard. A freshman forward, number 25, Gabrielle Staz. A sophomore forward, number 26, Chiara Lessard. And a sophomore forward and defender, number 28, Kira Biebel. Head coach of the Newton Crush girls hockey team is Rebecca Fleming. Those are your two rosters. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Walter Brown Arena, and you are watching Brookline High Hockey.
Ace recovers it, pass to Hughes. Hughes missed it just wide on the redirect. Hughes gets through to Tebow. Tebow scores! Rapp tries to clear, gets past Mace, but not past Reed. Winds, fires, scores! And a Reed with the cannon. Skating with it now, this is Gifford. Gifford around a defenseman. Can Gifford go for 4? Yes! Jordan Gifford cannot be stopped.
All right, the pregame clock has ticked out, and now the PA announcer taking over, and we will soon get our starting lineups, national anthem, and our opening puck drop. First starter for Newton, number 2, Savannah Bond. A little hard for me to hear some of the numbers from the PA announcer, but I think I heard number 5, Alexis Blanchfield. And indeed, that looks to be Blanchfield. Next to number 7, Beckett Houston. Next appears to be number 9, Audrey Wellstead. And then number 3, Danielle Morrill. And in net, number 1, Emily Martinez. And now the starters for Brookline. First off, a defender, number 8, Jordan Gifford. Next, a defender and captain, number 21, Etta Reed. A sophomore forward, number 15, Clara Tebow. A forward, number 17, Izzy Pace. At center, number 24, Caroline Hughes. And in net, number 1, Aurora Charbonneau. All right, that was our national anthem, and we will soon get this one underway. Brookline coming into this game after a loss on the road back on January 6th to Wellesley. That snapped a 2-game winning streak after Brookline beat the North Quincy co-op 4-0 at home, and then followed up with a 7-0 win at home against Cambridge Ringe and Latin. And of course, those back-to-back wins followed a 4-game losing streak to open the season for Brookline. So currently, Brookline stands at 2-5 on the season. Meanwhile, Newton opened their season also with 4 straight losses, then bounced back with a 12-7 victory over Concord Carlisle, then lost to Natick, and then won most recently against the Hopkinton Dover Sherborne co-op. So both teams standing at a record of 2-5 right now. One coming off a win, one coming off a loss. Equal records, and it's Brookline against Newton. This could be anyone's game, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Here we go, opening puck trap for the first period. Pushed forward by Brookline, but then blocked by the defense of Savannah Bond for Newton. In the neutral zone, it's pushed up by number 9, Audrey Wellstead. Pushed back by Brookline. Bond recovers. Pass just gets away from her target. It's going to be chased down by Etta Reed. Reed sends it off the boards, misses Tebow, but it couldn't be collected by Newton. Instead, it's taken by Caroline Hughes. 3-on-2 rush for Brookline as Hughes gains the blue line, gets it to Tebow. Long shot turned aside by Emily Martinez. Newton does get it out to the neutral zone. Gain the blue line, a pass just couldn't be corralled by Danielle Morrill, but Morrill recovers that loose puck, passes it back, long shot saved by Charbonneau off the long shot from Alexis Blanchfield. Remember, folks, if there's anything you'd like to say about the action on the ice, or you just want to root for your favorite team or players, I encourage you to say something in the live chat. Off of the face-off, a scrum for the puck. Still scrumming for it. And forcing it around is number 14, Emma Rocknick, but Brookline takes it back, but it loses it. A pass caught up in the skates of Serafina Ritzenthaler, but continuously pushed forward by Newton's number 22, Bridget Stone. Now Brookline clears it successfully. Slides down to the Newton end, where it's going to be corralled by number 20, Ellie Fahey. Fahey's pass misses her target, and gets past Caitlin Wilson as Ritzenthaler is going to chase that one down. Ritzenthaler around the back, sends it off the boards, misses Birdie Hawkins. Fahey pass, misses, and it's corralled by Selena Charbonneau. Charbonneau skating through the neutral zone and lifts it into the Newton end as Brookline commits to a full change. Newton recovers behind the net. Pass goes up to number 11, Cecilia Sheehan. Now they lose it through the neutral zone. Gifford pass, trying to move it up the line, battling for it, and Pace forces it down to the Newton end. It's a race down to the back end. Fahey gets there first, wraps it around for Bond. Bond tries to lift it forward, deflected and kept on the attack briefly by Casey McCarthy, but couldn't get past the forward pressure. Now on a second attempt, the pass is blocked there from Gifford by Sheehan, and now Gifford takes it back around the back, but loses it behind the net. Taken back by Newton. Long pass around. Now a long insert, caught up in the skates. Chased down in the corner, pass back to number 8, sends one towards Bond in the slot, but she could not knock it in. Nice pass, though, from Margaret Buckton. As Brookline now clears it out. Race to the puck. And it's now a battle in the corner. Clara Tebow wrenches it loose. And tripped up was Birdie Hawkins as Newton takes it away. Officials say they got puck first, so no trip call as this wraps around the boards in the Brookline end. Battling along the boards, Selena Charbonneau comes out with it. Pass misses her target, kept on the attack end by Newton. Long shot deflects and almost knocked in, barely turned aside by Charbonneau. A heads-up backhand shot that came, I think, from Bond again, as I think that's going to be an icing call against Brookline. Boy, that one was super close. Savannah Bond making her presence known both on offense and defense for Newton early. As we've got a Brookline end face-off, 11:32 on the clock here in the first period. Face-off goes back to Fahey. Insert deflects away from Charbonneau. She was trying to cover it up but couldn't. Off the boards, Suchin-Ku tries to clear it, but it's blocked and wrapped around the boards by the Crush. Attempted pass gets away. That pass came from Wellstead. Now Fahey trying to push it forward, blocked by Charbonneau. Charbonneau, it deflects, taken by Hawkins. Pass gets to Charbonneau, lifts it out to the neutral zone, but it's taken back by Newton. Sent around the boards. I think that's number 10, Madison Daly, who sent that one around. Brookline does get it just barely out to the neutral zone, I think. Or was it? It was not kept from going beyond the blue line. Danielle Morrill thought she might have been able to save that and keep on the attack, but could not. And so off the offsides, we'll have a neutral zone face-off. Face-off, fought for, and Tebow lifts it out. Is that going to be icing? It is. Thought that one was going to be icing. I was just confused that that Martinez wasn't raising her glove, because usually when it's going to be icing, the goalie will raise their glove to signal for it. But, you know, not necessary that they do that. And so it's still icing regardless. Off the face-off, slides back. Newton tries to keep it on the attack, but they lost it briefly, and now Clara Tebow skating it through the neutral zone. Tebow gains the blue line, long shot misses wide. And it bounces away from Pace, and now Newton going back the other way. Skating with it now, this is number 14, Rocknick. Pass back, knocked away, recovered. Long shot misses wide. Off the boards, it's corralled by Tebow. Tebow skating with speed through the neutral zone. Tebow gains the blue line. Almost lost control, but gets the pass back. Pace lost control. Now a shot misses wide. Deflects off the boards, and it's going to be corralled by Newton. Pass blocked by Wilson, but it's a favorable deflection for Newton as Gifford, battling with Olivia Rice, gets pushed around the back. The attempt to clear gets away from Fahey as it wraps around the boards. Now chased down by Daly. Daly off the boards misses Rice. Brookline taking it back in the midst of a line change, but now it's recovered again by Daly. Daly gains the blue herself. Skates it down to the corner. Backhand pass through the crease, but nobody there to knock it in. It's cleared out. Taken back. Long shot saved just barely by Charbonneau. Almost lost track of it in traffic off the shot from Fahey. Around the boards. It's passed back again to Fahey. Tries an insert blocked by Hawkins. Now they get tangled up. And it's ultimately recovered by Sheehan. Long shot is in. Cecilia Sheehan with the first goal of the game, and Newton goes up 1-0. Good screening efforts by Newton. We saw a couple of shots that Charbonneau lost track of in the traffic, and that time it paid dividends as Newton takes the 1-0 lead. Off the face-off, it's controlled by Brookline as they now try and get back in this one. Tebow on the attack again, but a diving poke check. Tebow recovers, comes around the back, passes to Pace. Pace lost control of it, and it's taken back by Newton. Long pass gets away from Wellstead, sent off the boards by the defense, recovered by Morrill. Morrill now battling along the boards. And Hughes almost came out with it, but lost her stick. And I think we're going to have a slashing penalty called against Newton. And so indeed, we're going to have our first power play, and it's going to be a Brookline power play. With 8:35 on the clock, Danielle Morrill will be serving a 2-minute minor for Newton. Brookline now with a chance to possibly tie this up on the power play. Off the face-off, it's controlled by Newton. That's number 5, Blanchfield. Quick passing out to the neutral zone. Gifford tried to backhand it, but it's blocked. Still scrumming along the boards. Good time-killing efforts by number 7, Beckett Houston, as this one ricochets around. Reed gets it away from Wellstead, but it's cut off and sent back around the boards. Brookline having trouble just corralling the puck as Newton with an aggressive forecheck on the PK. Now a long pass from Tebow gets away from Hughes, taken back by Newton. And Gifford couldn't take that one back in the neutral zone, and now skating the other way. A shot saved by Charbonneau. And Brookline just having trouble corralling the puck as Hughes missed that one. Gifford now passed it up to Tebow. Long pass intercepted again as Newton keeps up the pressure. Now it's taken back by Reed. Pass goes up to Hughes. Hughes skating. Sheehan walls her off, takes it away. Pace forces it through to the attack end. Brookline has to make a line change as Newton clears it out of the attack zone again. Now it's taken by Bond. Bond skating with it. Long pass just misses Buckton into the Brookline end where it's taken. Passed up to Selena Charbonneau, who can't get it off the boards against Fahey. Knocked loose. Now Hawkins with it. Hawkins now battling with Buckton and Fahey. And pushing it through is Charbonneau. Charbonneau weaving around a defender. Backhand pass. Knocked in! Soo-Jin Koo! Brookline had been struggling all through that power play. But then a great effort by Selena Charbonneau to force that one across the blue line and then beat her defender one-on-one, and then a nice backhand pass to a crashing Soo-Jin Koo, who knocks it in and ties us up at 1 apiece. Power play goal by Soo-Jin Koo, assisted by Selena Charbonneau. And Charbonneau pushes it forward for Koo. Koo again, saved by Martinez. Almost 2 quick goals for Soo-Jin Koo, but Emily Martinez prevents that. Now Newton skating on the counter. Oh, but they lost the puck in the skates. Could have had a 2-on-1 rush there, but instead it is knocked into the Brookline end. Off the deflection, it's close, and Newton knocks it back in! As the PA announcer was confirming the announcement of the Brookline goal, Newton answers right back with a score by Audrey Wellstead. So just like that, it is a 2-1 score. 6:19 on the clock here in the first. We've had 3 goals in quick succession here in the first. This is looking to be a battle. Through the neutral zone, it is taken by Stone. A long shot blocked, turned aside by Charbonneau. Ritzenthaler chased it down in the corner, caught up in the official skates, and Newton takes advantage, but the pass knocked away into the neutral zone by Thibault. Chased down by Daly, pass across, and now sent out to the neutral zone, finds a target. Skating with it now, I believe that's number 13, Ava Barrett, I want to say. But I might have read that number wrong, as Thibault tries to clear it, is blocked by Daly. Knocked loose, Daly keeps it on the attack, but it's now taken by Ritzenthaler, who lifts it all the way down to Martinez, who leaves it for one of her defenders. Now Newton skating back the other way. This is Blanchfield. Blanchfield, long pass, gets away from her target. Wilson trying to clear against Rice. Charbonneau in to help, gets it through the neutral zone. Koo tried to push it but could not get it past Blanchfield. Now Hawkins gets it across the blue line. Daly trying to clear and does get it out to the neutral zone. Reed tries to push it back but is blocked. Out of the scrum, it's knocked back to Wilson. Wilson lifts it into the Newton end. Koo racing after it. Knocks it around the boards. Blanchfield recovers. Poke check by Hawkins. Charbonneau tried to pass through the slot, but nobody there. Newton on the counter. Off the boards, the self-pass by Sheehan. Gains the blue, long shot, saved by Charbonneau. Again, Charbonneau just struggling to fully get a grip on the puck when it comes her way, as that almost left a dangerous rebound chance. This one wraps around the boards. Reed, and that one goes into the netting off the deflection, and it will be a Brookline end face-off. 2-1 the score in favor of Newton. It's actually going to be a neutral zone face-off with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the first. Off the face-off, Jordan Gifford pass across to McCarthy, up to Pace. Pace met by a defender. Puck goes into open ice, hit by Sheehan, but deflected. But then Pace couldn't corral it, and Sheehan pushes it into the Brookline end. McCarthy couldn't get it past Buckton. Taken back, shot goes high off the stick, I believe, of Sheehan. Kept on the attack by number 23 as Brookline now tries to get it out to the neutral zone. They do. Thibault skating. Thibault one-on-one. Gets around her defender. Comes around the back. Still looking. Pass back to Gifford at the blue line. Gifford winds, fires, bounces just wide. Might have been slightly deflected by Martinez. Hughes tried to come around the back, but was met by Blanchfield. Blanchfield trying to clear, surrounded on all sides as Hughes kicks it to herself. Turns around, pass, couldn't be corralled by Pace. Knocked into open ice, taken by Thibault. Thibault fighting with multiple defenders, trying to keep with the puck. Gets a pass away, but Brookline's making a line change, so she has to come off. Now battling through the neutral zone. Another hit deflected up by Selena Charbonneau, who pushes it into the attack end. Now this attempted clear deflects off Koo and has to be covered up by Martinez off a weird deflection that almost flew into the net. Off the face-off, goes to the corner, and battling for it. Hawkins comes out with it. Hawkins around the back, could not get past her defender. She is met by Daly, and now pushed out to the neutral zone by Morrill, pushed right back by Reed, chased down by Ellie Fahey sends it off the boards, now pushed forward by Newton. That's going to slide all the way down to the Brookline end. Chased down by Reed. Reed sends it off the boards. It's collected by Ellie Fahey. Now battling for it. Reed pushes it back to the neutral zone. Couple more collisions. Wellstead gets it to the Brookline end, but it's going to be taken by Charbonneau. Charbonneau sends it up to Hawkins. Hawkins could not clear it, blocked by Morrill. Long shot, saved and covered up by Aurora Charbonneau. Minute 55 left here in the first. Newton leading Brookline 2-1. Newton goals so far, one from Mayfield-Sheehan and one from Audrey Wellstead. For Brookline, a power play goal by Sujin Koo, assisted by Selena Charbonneau. Off the face-off, goes back, and a nice steal at the blue line. Izzy Pace on the breakaway, shot, score! Izzy Pace delivers with the equalizer. What a first period this has been. Izzy Pace with the forceful takeaway away from the Newton defender, and then she was just off to the races. No one was going to stop her, and a laser of a shot to the short side of the net. And Izzy Pace with the unassisted score makes it 2-2. Brookline mistimes that approach there, and it will be offsides. But boy, I told you, on paper this looked like an exciting game that could be anyone's game. And this first period is showing that through to be very true. Off the face-off. It is pushed out by Stone, back by Wilson, and wraps around the boards in the Newton end. Taken around the back, pass gets away from Rice. Charbonneau tangled up in the official skates, now pushed out. It's a 2-on-1 rush for Newton. But racing back are the Brookline players, and they mistimed the approach anyway. It's offsides, as Rocknick and Stone mistimed that one. A minute 15 on the clock here in the first, all tied up at 2 apiece. Off the faceoff, Hawkins knocks it forward, chased down by Blanchfield. Blanchfield skating, sends it off the boards. Just barely pushed out to the neutral zone by Bond, tangled up with Charbonneau. Big scrum for the puck, and I believe that's Bond coming out with it. Gains the blue line. Pass, finds a target shot, saved by Aurora Charbonneau, knocked out into open ice where it's taken by Brookline. Long pass, Thibault couldn't get past the last defender. It's taken back by number 4, Juliana Kaufman. Brookline trying to take it back. Pushed forward, turned aside by the stick of Charbonneau. Recovered by Wilson. Off the boards to Selena Charbonneau. Knocked away from her and covered up by Aurora Charbonneau. So I must say I am quite happy I got to see an Izzy Pace goal after I missed her and a Sujin Koo goal. They both had tremendous outings in that Quincy North Quincy game that I missed, unfortunately. And so I'm happy to get to see them score here today. Pass through to the slot, nobody there. It's taken by Thibault. Going back the other way, 2-on-2 with Pace on her left. Approaches and met well by the defense of Ellie Fahey. Thibault trying to keep it on the attack, but it is forced out to the neutral zone by Morrill. Morrill, long shot, knocked down by Charbonneau, and that will end the first period. Our score at the end of 1, Brookline 2, Newton 2. First goal came for Newton off the stick of Mayfield-Sheehan. Brookline answered with a power play goal by Sujin Koo, assisted by Selena Charbonneau. Then Newton answered right back seconds later with a goal by Audrey Wellstead. And then Brookline answered back later in the first on the goal by Izzy Pace off the breakaway, off just a very nice takeaway around the blue line. And so that is where things stand. Once again, thank you all so much for tuning in today. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember, if you're enjoying the live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams, as I'll have all Brookline hockey home games covered, both girls and boys. If there's anything you'd like to say, I encourage you to either say something in the live chat or send me an email if you're not as comfortable with the live chat. And be sure to check out the description section of this video where you can find a link where you can donate to help the cause for Hockey Fights Cancer. But for now, I'm going to take a break and mute the mic, but I will be back with the second period. Stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. Back on the mic, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan coming to you live from Walter Brown Arena on the campus of Boston University in Boston, Massachusetts. Here to bring you the second period of what has been a very thrilling high school varsity girls hockey game thus far between the visiting Newton Crush Co-op and the hosting, and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. We got an even score at 2 goals apiece after the conclusion of the first period. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Throat decided to be a little weird. 2 goals each from the two teams in the first period for Newton. A goal each from Cecilia Sheehan and Audrey Wellstead. For Brookline, a power play goal from Soo Jin Koo, assisted by Selena Charbonneau. And then a breakaway score by Izzy Pace for the fourth and final goal of the first period. So now they're just waiting for the officials to get both nets on their posts. Here we go, opening puck drop for period number 2. Face-off lifted down to the Brookline end. Jordan Gifford sends it up the line. Alexis Blanchfield knocks it back to the Brookline end. Gifford pushes it back out to the neutral zone. And Izzy Pace lost her footing there, could not corral the puck. It is pushed back to the Newton end and back to the neutral zone off the boards, but a strange angle as off the deflection it's recovered by Pace. Pace gains the blue line, passes off the boards to herself, chases after it, coming around the back, tried a backhand pass but was blocked by Blanchfield. Now a pass deflected by Pace and collected by Gifford. Gifford pass far side to Clara Tebow across the blue line. Caroline Hughes couldn't collect it. It is taken again by the Newton defense. And another pass deflected by Pace as it's going to be chased down by Etta Reed. And a pass stolen away, but yet another pass goes awry, and now Izzy Pace skating up with it. Pass across, misses Soo Jin Koo as Brookline makes a line change rather than go on the 2-on-2 rush. And a turnover, long shot by Gifford, turned aside, rebound shot, score! Selena Charbonneau! Oh my goodness! Brookline at first seemed to be going less aggressive by surrendering the 2-on-2 rush, but then as Newton was trying to clear it out, it was walled by Jordan Gifford, who sent in a shot, was saved by Emily Martinez, and then Selena Charbonneau, crashing to the net, was right there for the putback score. A goal and an assist today for the Brookline freshman forward, as Jordan Gifford, who of course was the star of that big win against Cambridge Ringe with a 4-goal outing, this time records the assist. Off the face-off, Charbonneau couldn't get past Ellie Fahey. Now off the scrum, Birdie Hawkins dumps it into the Newton end. Chase down. Collected by Madison Daly, gets it to Bridget Stone. Stone's pass gets to its target, but it's knocked away. Now taken back by Olivia Rice. And now off several deflections, pushed forward, but covered up by Aurora Charbonneau, as that was pushed forward by Emma Rocknick. So a 3-2 Brookline lead. Off the face-off, Newton controls it. Daly slides it across to Fahey. Fahey wraps it around the boards. Recovered by Bond. Savannah Bond gets a pass to Margaret Buckton, whose shot was deflected, tried to jam it in, but Charbonneau blocked it, and the rebound could not be corralled by Bond. Brookline gets it out to the neutral zone. Thibault lifts it down to the Newton end, where it's chased down by Daly. Daly over to Fahey. Fahey around one, around another. Fahey picking up speed. Through the neutral zone, pass, gets to Buckton. Buckton pass goes off the skate of Fahey, and Blanchfield loses her footing as she came in off the bench. Now a pass blocked, and now knocked over to Pace. Pace sends it into the Newton end as Brookline makes a line change. Newton takes it back, lifts it out to the neutral zone. Gets behind the defense. Bond racing with Gifford. Gets a shot off, blocked by Charbonneau, and Gifford there to recover the rebound. Out to the neutral zone, and then back into the Brookline end. Wellstead chasing it down in the corner. Pass just missed. A crashing teammate as it's sent in again by Blanchfield, blocked by the skate of McCarthy. Cleared out again, blocked by Blanchfield. Long shot, save by Charbonneau. Sent out to the corner. Selena Charbonneau trying to get it, but battling with Wellstead, and now with another couple players into the scrum. Coming out with it is Newton, approaching. Shot sails high and into the netting off the stick of Morrill. .11:42 on the clock here in the second period. Off the face-off, they get tangled up, but it is won by Newton. Long insert, well wide of the net. Caitlin Wilson trying to clear, gets it to Thibault. Thibault trying to weave through, does get a pass up to Caroline Hughes. Hughes taking off. Hughes lost the puck, and Brookline is offsides as Thibault pushed it across the blue line. You could tell Hughes frustrated. She had a chance to go around the defender there and really make a rush of it, but the puck just didn't agree with her. Now racing with it is Morrill. Morrill dumps it back long, shot well wide of the net. Off the ricochet, it's sent off the boards, and now a pass from Pace across to the far side. Hughes gets it down to the Newton end as Brookline makes a line change. Selena Charbonneau blocks it at the blue line. Weaving around the top as reinforcements arrive. Long shot is in! Selena Charbonneau again! Charbonneau was all by herself as Brookline was making a line change. She was just buying time. As you can see, first she blocks it with her skate after coming off the bench. Brookline's making a change, so she just has to buy time around the blue line. Just launches one, and it's just missed by the goalie as Charbonneau collects her second goal of the game. 2 goals and 1 assist for Selena Charbonneau. What an outing for the freshman. Gifford skating around the back with it. Now taken away, Daly's shot goes wide. Chased down by Stone. Stone battling for it in the corner. And it's kicked out into open ice. Still lost, and we got a whistle. Are they about to call a penalty, like a high stick or a hold or something? It looks like this is going to be a penalty against Brookline, and indeed, Jordan Gifford is going to go to the box. So a chance for Newton to get back into this game. They currently trail by 2, but they're about to go on the power play for the first time today, as Gifford will serve the 2-minute minor. We've only seen 1 power play from either side so far, and that resulted in the goal for Sujin Koo for Brookline back in the first period, as that one-timer is sent wide across the crease. Brookline skating out with it, and Thibault dumps it deep into the Newton end. Around the back, pass goes out to Morrill. Morrill skating with it, pass gets away from Bond. Now Brookline keeps it in the neutral zone, scrumming for it. Thibault clears it out to the Newton end. Blanchfield coming around the back with it. Skating with it. Gains the blue, and it's knocked loose by Pace, but Blanchfield recovers. Skating around the back, looking, tried to send a pass through too much traffic, deflected, recovered by Blanchfield, shot, missed wide. Bond back to Daly across Blanchfield, shot saved by Charbonneau. We might soon see a substitution in net for Brookline. As we approach the midpoint of the second period, we are getting close to the point where Brookline likes to sub out Charbonneau for their second goalie, Jacqueline Solove. Off the face-off, it's corralled backhander by Bond well wide of the net. Now sent off the boards. Morrill coming around the back, faked out Charbonneau and scored! Danielle Morrill. Off, I believe, the assist from Bond, perhaps. But it's a one-goal game as Newton answers back with a power play goal of their own. And really just a slick move by Morrill as she made it look like she was going to go around behind the net, which caused Aurora Charbonneau to slide over to the far post, anticipating that Morrill was going to come around behind her. But then Morrill stopped that initial movement towards that side, and instead came around the near side, and there was just enough room as Charbonneau's skate had vacated that corner to try and cover the other corner, and Morrill was just able to poke it in. Newton back on the attack. Puck in the corner. Wellstead try to pass, blocked by the skates. Up against the boards, it is Selena Charbonneau coming out with it. Charbonneau skating, picking up some speed through the neutral zone, gains the blue, wraps it around the boards. Chasing it down in the corner. Koo trying to keep it on the attack, but it is passed up as Newton goes back the other way. Wellstead tries to dump it into the Brookline end, but it goes off the body of Gifford, and Gifford clears it out. Kicked back in, but that'll be offsides on Newton. Boy, what a game so far. 7 goals, almost perfectly distributed between these two teams. There's nothing quite like a Brookline-Newton game, is there, folks? Off the face-off, it's chased down by Newton. Tried to clear, blocked by Pace. Pace pushes it forward, but it's taken back, knocked loose. Brookline still trying to keep up the forward pressure, but cannot. Racing it back the other way is Stone. Stone being chased by Pace, and Pace takes it away. Pace briefly lost it off the side of the net, and it's taken away by Newton, but they're getting tangled up with it, and it's knocked loose by Reed, I believe. Now Pace. Pass finds Hughes. Hughes approaching. It cannot get it across the blue line. As it's knocked back and forth into the neutral zone, Hughes passes it back to Wilson. Wilson, long pass. Tebow pushes it forward across the blue line. It's chased down by the Newton defense. Long pass misses Rice. It's taken by Reed off the boards and knocked back. Pass could not be corralled by Rocknick, but is eventually pushed into the Brookline end. Reed taking it around the back, pass to Tebow. Tebow weaves around one. Backhand pass blocked, but recovered by Selena Charbonneau. Couple players fighting for it as Brookline's making a line change, and they're trying to take advantage. This is Emma Lurie coming off the bench. Sends a pass back, just blocked as it was headed for Charbonneau. Charbonneau sends it around, taken back by Newton. And now skating with it is Blanchfield. Long pass bounces past her target as taken back by Gifford, sent off the boards. And it's going to slide all the way down to Martinez, who missed the pass, missed the outlet pass, and Charbonneau takes back to Koo. Koo into the corner. Backhand pass. Didn't have enough on it, and it's taken away by Houston. Houston up to Wellstead, gains the blue. Wellstead, shot, save by Charbonneau, and recovered on the rebound by the other Charbonneau. Or no, excuse me, that's Gifford, not Charbonneau. Houston pass, just broken up, was intended for Morrill, but broken up by Selena Charbonneau. Now tangled up in the corner. Gifford comes in to reinforce. It's pinned to the boards in the corner there. Still pinned. And now it's wrapped around the boards by Newton. Daly recovers and wraps it back around the other way. Houston moves it along, disrupted, I believe, by Charbonneau. As it's sent back around, pass goes back to Daly, across to Fahey. Fahey, long insert, kicked away by Charbonneau, and back out to the neutral zone it goes. Fahey couldn't save it. Daly, long pass, gets away from Morrill, but missed by McCarthy. Battling for it, Morrill. Pass goes back to Fahey. Fahey, long shot is caught by Charbonneau. With 5 minutes left in the period, Brookline still sticking with Aurora Charbonneau. As we'll have a Brookline end face-off. And they tried to force a shot through, could not. Brookline now trying to take it back the other way. This is Thibault battling multiple defenders, knocked loose, but Pace gets it into the Newton end, but it's taken by Daly around the back, off the boards, cut off by Serafina Ritzenthaler. Wrapped around, Fahey wraps it fully around. It's blocked briefly, but then stolen back by Newton. And now recovered by Ritzenthaler, sends it off the boards. Moved into the Newton end. Hughes trying to take a swipe at it. Hughes approaching. Hughes, shot saved by Martinez. Good efforts by the Hughes-Pace-Thibault line to move that puck forward. Face off, back to Gifford, but it's stolen away by Bond. Bond taking off. Bond lost her footing. They're going to call Wilson on the trip. Savannah Bond with a very similar play to Izzy Pace's breakaway goal back in the first period as she took it away from Gifford near the blue line and was off to the races. Caitlin Wilson, the last line of defense. And honestly, I'd call that a pretty smart penalty on Wilson's part because Bond was going to have nobody in front of her except for Aurora Charbonneau. And you don't want to give your opponent a breakaway goal. Much better to just give them the power play and see if you can stop their power play unit. So it'll be a 2-minute minor served by Caitlin Wilson off the penalty. Blanchfield skating up with it. Gains the blue line. Pass back. Approaching shot. Saved by Charbonneau. Off the long shot from Morrill. .354 on the clock here in the second period. Brookline holding on to a 4-3 lead, but Newton threatening to tie it up. Knocked around the back. Houston wraps it around the boards to Morrill. Morrill sends it back to Blanchfield. Blanchfield back to Morrill. Morrill weaves. Pass miscommunicates with Blanchfield. It's back to the neutral zone. And Newton has to reset. Blanchfield, pass across. Morrill gains the blue, sends it off the boards. Into the corner, Reed wraps it around. Chased down by Blanchfield, stay on the attack. Blanchfield skating, shot blocked by Hughes. Houston, shot saved by Charbonneau. Thibault clears it out to the neutral zone. Blocks it again, a long push out to the Newton end where Blanchfield takes it. Brookline commits to a full change. Danger here as Houston lost her footing. Could not take advantage of the Brookline line change. Back out to the Newton end it goes. Daly now skating with it. Pursued by Selena Charbonneau. She wraps it around for Blanchfield. Blanchfield, long pass, finds a target. Skating around one. approaching. Shot saved by the glove of Aurora Charbonneau. It was a good approach by, I believe, Morrill. It was Danielle Morrill on the approach there. But good reaction with the glove by Aurora Charbonneau on that play. 11 seconds left on the penalty against Wilson. Face-off controlled by Fahey. Fahey, insert, turned aside by the skate of Ritzenthaler. And now a successful clear. Wraps all the way around off the slap shot from Izzy Pace for the clear. Pass misses Buckton, but is taken by Blanchfield. Blanchfield skating with it. We're back at even strength. Poke check by Pace, recovered, shot saved by Charbonneau. Could not be recovered on the rebound, and the clear goes off the stick of Buckton all the way down to the Newton end, no icing. Buckton, pass up to Sheehan. Sheehan into the Brookline end. It's taken by Gifford. A long pass deflects high off a skate, downed by Newton. And Newton trying to gain the blue line. Reed trying to clear it, but was blocked off. Gifford chased it down in the corner. Attempted pass broken up into open ice where it's taken by Reed and lifted out to the neutral zone. Chased down by Fahey. Fahey's pass finds a target now. Pass just out of reach for Rice, and that will go for icing. A minute 14 on the clock here in the second. Brookline still leads 4-3, and will now have an offensive end face-off. Off the face-off, controlled by Brookline. Gifford, long shot, knocked down. Sent into open ice where it's taken by Daly. Daly's pass finds Rocknick. Rocknick for Stone. Stone gains the blue. Stone's pass deflected by Gifford. Gifford chases it down in the corner, tries to clear, blocked by Rocknick. But Hughes could not get it past the defense. Recovered by Gifford around the back. Gifford off the boards, knocked away from Hawkins, recovered, and Hughes couldn't get it out. Now weaving around Daly, shot, saved, blocker saved by Charbonneau. Brookline trying to clear once again, caught up in the corner. It's kicked loose. Tebow trying to move with it, sends it off the boards. Hawkins could not clear it, but Hawkins recovers off the deflection, does get it out to the neutral zone. Rice couldn't corral it. Skating with it now is Hughes. Hughes approaching, backhanded pass. Oh my God! I don't even know how to describe that. It deflected off a defender's skate, off of Martinez's skate, and went across the red line, but didn't go over it. That was insane. And that is how we will end the second period. Our score at the end of 2. The Brookline Warriors 4, the Newton Crush 3. We saw 3 more goals scored in that second period, 2 of them by Brookline's Selena Charbonneau, 1 on a rebound off a long shot from Jordan Gifford, and then 1 off a long shot of her own. Newton answered back on the power play with a nifty goal by Danielle Morrill, showing off some good stick skills. Off an assist, I believe, from Savannah Bond. I'm not entirely sure about the assist, but what I am sure of is that this is a great game so far. So again, if you're enjoying this broadcast, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and if there's anything you'd like to say it in the live chat or send me an email. And of course, in honor of Hockey Fights Cancer Night, be sure to check out the link, the Venmo link in the description section down below, where you can help donate to the cause. But for now, second intermission, Brookline 4, Newton 3. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan at Walter Brown Arena. I'm going to take a break and mute the mic, but I'll be back for the third and final period of this thrilling contest, so you better stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. Back on the mic, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Walter Brown Arena on the campus of Boston University in Boston, Massachusetts. Here to bring you the third period of what has been a thriller of a high school varsity girls hockey contest between local rivals Brookline and Newton. A 4-3 score in favor of the home team Brookline Warriors thus far, led by 2 second period goals from freshman forward Selena Charbonneau and of course a goal each from Izzy Pace and Soojin Koo in the first period, with Koo's goal assisted by Charbonneau. The first of Charbonneau's 2 goals, of course, assisted by Jordan Gifford. And for Newton, their 3 goals, 1 each from Cecilia Sheehan and Audrey Wellstead in the first period, and then a power play goal in the second period from Danielle Morrill that cut the Brookline lead down to 1. And now here we are, one last period to decide everything. Although, of course, I say that with a slight asterisk on it, as, of course, if Newton scores once and neither team scores again, or if in any way Newton scores 1 more goal than Brookline in this third period, then we will finish regulation in a tie and we will be getting some extra hockey. But for right now, 4-3, a fresh 15 on the clock, and here we go in the third period. Scrummed through the neutral zone, pinned up on the boards, ripped away by Wellstead, and then Gifford lifts it down to the Newton end. Taken around the back by Bond. Bond skating, lifts a pass, blocked by Gifford. Gifford tries to launch it around, blocked by Bond, kicked forward by Hughes. Hughes from the corner. Pass back, Gifford, long shot, well wide of the net. Into the corner it goes. Lifted high, kicked back by Etta Reed. Hughes sends it around the corner. Pinned to the boards now. Still fighting for it. Still scrumming for it. It wraps around the near side corner now. And pass intercepted. Caroline Hughes keeping up the forward pressure early here in the third, as this shot deflected wide off the stick of Gifford. Pace fighting for it. Pass does get back to Reed and stays on the attack, but it's poked past Reed. Hughes, while coming out on a substitution, managed to block that one from turning into a chance for a rush for Newton, and Reed, acting like a forward, gets it into the Newton end and keeps it there as Brookline makes the change. Skating back the other way is Wellstead as Newton finally goes on the attack. Attempted clear, blocked by Ellie Fahey, but now taken by Selena Charbonneau. Goes off the skate of a Newton player and down to the Newton end, no icing. Chased after in the corner, Soojin Koo corrals it, pass back, Birdie Hawkins, shot, saved by Martinez. Now Newton skating with it, pass, gets up to Bridget Stone, pass up to Danielle Morrill, trying to split the defenders, almost did, but lost track of the puck, and it's wrapped around by Serafina Ritzenthaler. Taken back by Newton, but the skater lost her footing completely, and it's taken back by Hawkins. Hawkins skating through the neutral zone, dumps it into the Newton end. Around the boards it goes. Fahey sends back around near side. Tebow trying to take it back. Tebow along the back, backhand pass, but off the mark. Hughes was the only one near it. Hughes keeping up the forward pressure again. Pinned to the boards now as they continue to fight and scrum for it, and it's coming out with it. A goal is scored by Tebow! Or was that Pace? I might have miscalled it. That might have been Pace. Was that Pace again? That was Pace. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. Izzy Pace with her second goal of the day. Oh, I was so dumb I didn't press the replay button in time. Boy, I messed up on that one bad, y'all. 5-3, the Brookline lead. Goals scored by Izzy Pace as she came out of that scrum along the boards. And now it's Tebow rushing up with it. Into the corner, stops. So Izzy Pace, her second goal of the day as Tebow sends it off the boards. 5-3, the Brookline lead. Mayfield-Sheehan across the blue line weaving. Shot saved by Charbonneau. Brookline sticking with Charbonneau the whole way, it appears. No platoon goalie strategy this time. As Gifford comes around the back, weaving around. Jordan Gifford creating some space. Jordan Gifford, a 2-on-2 rush, and poke check. That's that stop to that. Long shot by Bond was turned aside by the skates. Pass goes back. Long shot is scooped up by Charbonneau off the shot from Fahey. Face off. Ritzenthaler wraps it around. Fahey blocks it, but couldn't stay with the puck. It's taken now by Koo. 3-on-3 rush for Brookline with defensive reinforcements coming for Newton. Koo forced it across the blue line, but it deflects into open ice where it's taken by Wellstead. Stolen back by Selena Charbonneau. Off the boards it goes, taken by Morrill. Morrill, pass across to Fahey. Fahey sends it up to Wellstead. Wellstead skating it the other way, knocked loose by Reed, but Wellstead stays with it. Shot wide of the net. Now Charbonneau trying to stay with it. She does. Around the back, met by Wellstead. Now Hawkins trying to move it, tangled up with Fahey. Fahey pushes, but blocked by Reed. Off the boards for Koo. Koo dumps it way down, and that is going to be icing. So it will be a Brookline end face-off with 10:14 on the clock. Brookline leads by 2. Off the face-off, pushed forward, and it's knocked up high in the air. Several players trying to get after it. It's controlled ultimately by Hughes. Hughes, pass, misses Pace. Chasing after it. It is pushed to the Newton end, but it's knocked right back by Rocknick. No icing off the deflection as Gifford lifts it past everybody, and that will go for icing. I mean, that wasn't even like one of those plays where you're like trying to clear it out and ice on purpose. That was just like, oh, let me send an outlet, see who it bounces off of, and then it bounced off nobody. Off the face-off, it's knocked back to Caroline Fahey, number 23 for Newton. Now a long pass up, Suchin Koo trying to work forward, but was blocked by Blanchfield. Tangled up on the boards. Newton forced it through. Approaching shot saved by Charbonneau. And the play was whistled dead. Newton did not like that. They wanted to keep trying to force the issue there as the initial rush from Margaret Buckton was stopped by Charbonneau. Newton was arguing that the puck was never fully stopped. But the whistle was blown, and ultimately that is the call of the officials. Off the face-off, it's taken by Brookline, skating with it. A pass to Tebow from Pace. Tebow coming around with it. Thibault could not keep with it. It's taken away. Blocked by Hughes on the clear attempt by Blanchfield. Now several players up against the boards fighting for it. And Newton comes out with it, gets it to the neutral zone. Blocked by Thibault, and off the deflection, Wilson gets it back to the neutral zone. Kicked up, taken by Hughes. Hughes gains the blue line, leaves it for Thibault. Thibault stopped, stolen away by Buckton. Now sent along the boards. Coming out with it is Thibault. Thibault's pass back blocked. Now pushed into the Brookline end where it's taken by Reed, sent off the boards to the neutral zone. Newton sends it right back to the Brookline end. Stopped by Wilson, back out to the neutral zone. And it's taken back into the Brookline end by Blanchfield. Blanchfield gets singled up. And now Clara Thibault with an odd man rush. Pass goes up, racing with it. Charbonneau gets the feet taken out from under her, and the offside is going to be called. Selena Charbonneau, a little slow to get up, but she seems to be okay. She's staying out there. Very physical defense by Newton, but ultimately a good play as it stopped a potential 2-on-2 or even 2-on-1 rush for the Warriors. This one pushed into open ice, chased down by Daly. And that's going to be icing. And so we'll have a face-off in the Newton end with 8 minutes left to play. Brookline leads Newton 5-3. Off the face-off into the corner, Daly. Pass to Fahey, now off the boards. Takes a weird angle, but it is taken by Morrill. Left for Wellstead, who loses it, but it's taken by Daly. Pass disrupted, is in the Brookline end, and kept on the attack by Daly, but now cleared out by Brookline. And it's going to be chased down by Fahey. Ellie Fahey skating up with it. Long pass up to Wellstead. Wellstead gains the blue. A weird deflection off her hit, and it's corralled by Thibault. Pass up to Hughes. Lost it. Thibault could not get past Fahey. She would have had open ice if that had happened, but instead Morrill coming back the other way. Shot is saved by Aurora Charbonneau. It's amazing when you look at the shot on goal counts. Aurora Charbonneau with 20 saves and 3 goals allowed. On the other side, Emily Martinez with 5 saves and 5 goals allowed. Brookline hasn't had as many shots on goal as Newton, but they've got some real high-quality chances so far today. Around the boards it goes. Coming out with it, Newton. Shot saved. Potential rebound knocked away. Caroline Fahey tries to insert, blocked by Brookline. Cleared out once again. That's going to slide all the way down for an icing. Off the face-off. And a wide open chance missed wide by Rice as Wilson recovers it behind the net. Around the boards, Koo tries to clear, but it's blocked. Long shot well wide. Off the boards, it's controlled by Newton. Pass back, Caroline Fahey. Insert blocked. Bridget Stone fighting for it, but Bertie Hawkins comes away with it. Gets it up to Selena Charbonneau. Charbonneau skating with it herself. Charbonneau charging in. Charbonneau shot. Hat trick! Selena! Oh, you cannot disconnect there. What is going on? Why is... Okay, my internet is acting a little screwy here in the final minutes. I'm going to keep an eye on it. If it keeps happening, I'll see what I can do to try and fix it. But for now, we continue the broadcast. Selena Charbonneau with her third goal of the game, assisted by Birdie Hawkins. Is that one sent in to the crease? And it's still loose, and Newton still trying to push it through, but it's covered up by Aurora Charbonneau. A hat trick for freshman Selena Charbonneau, while her older sister Aurora taking care of business in net. What a day for the Charbonneau family, as Brookline holds a 6-3 lead over Newton. Another quick shot turned aside by Aurora Charbonneau. Pass from Wellstead back to number 4. A weird deflection off the high stick from Morrill. Goes to the corner. Gifford moves it. It's sent up ice. It's going to slide a little too far. Soojin Koo was going to race after it, but too far up. So again, my deepest apologies for the technical difficulties. If that ended up cutting out in the live stream, I will upload a fully recorded version, so don't worry. In the meantime, the game continues on. Gifford takes it away, off the boards, up to Koo, couldn't handle it. Morrill keeps it in the Brookline end. Around the back, it's Wilson. Puck knocked loose, Charbonneau there. Selena Charbonneau skating. Spinning off from the forecheck. Pass goes up to Hawkins. Hawkins dumps it into the Newton end as Brookline makes a forward line change. Around the back, this is Ellie Fahey. Pass off the boards up to Wellstead. Wellstead could not get past the defense as it's knocked away. Fahey recovers. Battling through, Gifford knocks it loose. Long pass misses everybody, and it's taken away by Newton. Skating with it across the blue line. Taking it into the corner, a pass back to Fahey. Fahey whiffed on an attempt there, now takes back, long insert, taken by the glove of Aurora Charbonneau. Off the face-off. It's knocked loose and kept in the attack end by Newton. This is Blanchfield skating it to the corner, coming around the back. Some players got tangled up and a stick got lost, and now Brookline taking advantage with a 2-on-1 rush. This is Izzy Pace. Long shot saved by Martinez, and Fahey takes it as Brookline was committing to a line change rather than committing to the rush there. Ritzenthaler keeps it in the Newton end. Soojin Koo applying the forward pressure on Blanchfield. Hawkins comes in to reinforce. Stone tried to clear it, but walled by Koo. Now Blanchfield takes it off the boards. Pass intercepted by Charbonneau. Off the boards, gets to Koo. Koo backhand pass knocked away from Charbonneau as she loses her stick. Skating up with it now. A pass from Rocknick, gets away from her target, now sent off the boards. Koo sends it off the boards further, and it's going to be chased down by Blanchfield. Blanchfield taking it around the back, wraps it around for number 25, Gabrielle Staz. Stolen away, shot, knocked high by the defense, as that was almost a chance, I believe, for Caitlin Schlager, as Newton now lifts it out way down, and that will go for icing. 2:49 left in this one. Brookline leads by 3 off the back of 3 goals and 1 assist from Selena Charbonneau, 2 goals from Izzy Pace, 1 goal from Soojin Koo, and 1 assist each from Birdie Hawkins and Jordan Gifford. Off the face-off, battling for it. Tebow comes out with it. Tebow coming around the back, lost the puck, but chased it back down. Backhand pass, no one there. Taken away, I believe, by Buckton. Buckton lifts it up to Sheehan. Sheehan stays with the puck into the neutral zone. Long pass Knocked loose, chased down by Bond. Bond, long insert, knocked aside. Now another one knocked through the crease. A chance, stopped by Aurora Charbonneau. Things getting very physical there at the end. A nice approach by the Newton line of Bond, Buckton, and Sheehan. As that pass went right through the crease, right to a teammate. A golden chance there, just couldn't quite finish. Couldn't get it past Charbonneau. Aurora Charbonneau sends it around the back, taken now by Selena Charbonneau. And poke check by Bond knocks it loose, and Aurora Charbonneau covers it up. 2:09 on the clock here in the third and final period. And it's a 6-3 lead for Brookline. Off the face-off, it's tangled up, taken. Buckton tries to backhand it, and Aurora Charbonneau pins it to the outside of the net. So we'll have another Brookline end face-off. Off the face-off, it's knocked up high in the air and pushed through, but turned aside by the stick of Charbonneau. Another shot turned aside again by the stick of Charbonneau. Kept on the attack by Newton. Another shot blocked by Selena Charbonneau, but chased down by Blanchfield. Now up against the boards. Coming out with it is Selena Charbonneau. Pass off escape, but recovered by McCarthy. McCarthy whiffs on the pass there as Sheehan knocks it back to the Brookline end. Ritzenthaler chases it down, sends it off the boards. They're fighting for it. Koo backhands it out to the neutral zone. Pass goes up to Sheehan. Gains the blue line. Knocked loose. Buckton couldn't recover. And now cleared out by Brookline. Down the line it goes, and that will be icing. Normally a hit like that would have been blocked by a Newton player, but they were engaged in a line change at that time. 1:07 to go. And I know usually the magic number for pulling your goalie and going empty net is a 2-goal deficit, but you wonder if maybe Newton might just try and pull Martinez to see what they can do. That shot covered up by Aurora Charbonneau. Doesn't look like Newton has any plans to pull the goalie. They're not calling a timeout to try and get their plans in order or anything like that. I mean, if they score a fourth goal, you might see that happen. Off the face-off, pass across to Fahey. 1 minute left. In the corner, it's Wellstead. Backhander blocked by Hughes. Hughes battling for it. It's knocked back into the Brookline end, chased down in the corner by Gifford. Off the boards, almost stolen away, but it does get to Pace. Pace trying to kick it along. Still trying to move it along, and it's knocked away by Reed into the neutral zone. Fahey takes it and stolen away by Tebow, but a little too far out in front of her as Daly is tangled up with her for the puck. Up against the boards. Morrell skating away with it. Poke check by Pace, recovered by Wellstead, gains the blue. Poke check knocks it loose again, sent into the corner. Off the boards, and that will do it. The Brookline High Warriors take care of business on their purple out night as they defeat the Newton Crush 6-3. What a thriller this one was. Hats off to both teams for giving us a thrilling contest. Newton brought the pressure all game long as they finish, according to the scoreboard, with 27 shots on net. But a 24-save outing from Aurora Charbonneau earns the Brookline junior netminder her first complete game victory of the season, as the previous two victories for Brookline were done with the platoon system with Jacqueline Solove. But this one, the first one where they just went with one goalie from start to finish. Scoring summary for Brookline, it was Selena Charbonneau, the freshman center, with 3 goals and 1 assist to lead the way. The second freshman in 3 games for Brookline to record a hat trick, which says to me that the class of 2027 shows a lot of promise for this young Brookline squad. Junior captain Izzy Pace also with a strong outing, 2 goals on the day. And then a power play goal by Soo Jin Koo, which was the first goal of the game for Brookline, and the one that Charbonneau assisted on. And then 1 assist each by my count from Jordan Gifford and Bertie Hawkins, as Gifford assisted on Charbonneau's first goal, and Hawkins assisted on the third, as the second one was unassisted. For Newton, goals were scored first by Cecilia Sheehan, then by Audrey Wellstead, and then by Danielle Morrill. I think Morrill's goal was assisted by Bond. I'm not entirely sure. But that is all she wrote for this one. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember, if you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming sports live streams. We'll be back at the ice on Friday night, although we're going to be out in Foxborough for the first round of the 2024 Travis Roy Junior Beanpot Tournament, as the Brookline boys hockey team will be taking on Lexington. And then they will be playing either in the finals or the consolation game of that tournament on Saturday back here at Walter Brown. Be sure to stay tuned for that and plenty more. Subscribe to the channel can help. If there's anything you'd like to say after the live stream is concluded, you can say it in the comment section down below. You can also go down below to the description section where you can find a link where you can donate to the Hockey Fights Cancer charity through the Friends of BHS Girls Hockey Booster Club, which is pledged to take all their proceeds from this week and donate them to Hockey Fights Cancer. And also in the description section and in the bottom right corner of your screen, you can find some more information about me, my personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Or if you want to skip past all that and contact me directly, you can email me with any questions or requests you may have. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where I post highlights from previous live streams. But for this live stream, that is going to do it. Final score, Brookline 6, Newton 3, as we take one last look at the final goal of the game, the hat-trick goal for Selena Charbonneau. 6-3 the final. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan from Walter Brown Arena. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.